Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So they tried to make this connection between Trump, possibly because he ending the war in Ukraine will result in NATO's dissolution. Like, you're just going to disappear. We're going to discuss this issue. And the second one is, do you think that if Putin wins in Ukraine, he will attack Europe next? And if yes, I would like you to give me the arguments, the evidence. Not the evidence just because the corporate media told you so. I want a clear, logical, factual, building your case. And then you support your answer. So we have Zelenskyy, who says that if Ukraine falls, remember that domino effect they were talking about in East Asia, in Vietnam, Southeast Asia, whatever. Okay? However you want to put that, don't stick to that geographical exact location. Vietnam. Remember, we have to go and fight the communists in Vietnam, because if Vietnam falls, it's going to be the domino effect. The whole world will fall, will collapse, will become communist. They just missed that, about 1 billion people north of Vietnam just turned communist in in 46 or something? All right, nevertheless, it's the domino effect again. So let's see if NATO will just collapse if Trump makes peace with Russia. That's the point. Now, if they say that that's a connection between NATO, the war in Ukraine, Russia, and the collapse of NATO if Ukraine loses, that tells me that's a confirmation that NATO is fighting Russia at this point. So, if NATO is not fighting Russia in Ukraine, then why would it collapse? If it is, that tells some, hey, maybe we met our match. But why should it collapse? Do you think if it collapses, individual countries will be stronger? I don't think so. So, let's discuss that. This is the article that drew my attention on this little issue. I know I have some of you, my friends, ask me, what do you think about NATO? Will NATO collapse? European Union will disintegrate and so on. This is one of them. The Telegraph, why Trump's push for peace in Ukraine could spell the end of NATO. All right, let's see what these guys are saying. In May 2023, at the CNN town hall meeting, Donald Trump, already well advanced in his campaign to become president of the United States of America, said, and I'm quoting, "They are dying, Russians and Ukrainians. I want to stop them dying. And I'll have that done. I'll have that done in 24 hours. I think that's fantastic. Who wants people to die? Nobody, right? He has repeated the claim often, saying it would be contingent on his sitting down with Vladimir Putin, the Russian aggressor, and Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the perpetual victim. He also claimed that had he been the president and not Joe Biden, Putin would never have dared invade as he did in February 2022. No, Zelenskyy would have not pushed any buttons. Notably, since he won the US election convincingly on November 5th, that tells you Trump signed something, otherwise it's not going to be this little thing coming from the Telegraph. They will call him all kind of names they used to. The president-elect has offered no more details on what the world can expect from his promised peace initiative. All right, so let's see. Let's see what I'm trying to find out. What reasons these guys provide us. They don't give us anything about NATO here. They just tell us about the Ukrainians and the Russians. And Pax Americana. Trump will hold the whip hand in NATO. United States always did that. Nothing changed. It's something changed though, and that is the United States took over Europe now almost entirely, militarily, financially, so economically if you want, and politically and culturally. Europe is almost done. Not all of Europe, but most of it. Most of it. So he said, yes, what's this? Remember when he met Stoltenberg in Brussels? I'm talking about Trump. He took Stoltenberg to task like he was a schoolboy over there. Yeah, because that's the position of the United States of America's NATO. So NATO is US's alliance. It's not like one for all for one, and all kind of. No, it's not like that. It's the United States is why? So it becomes more powerful, obviously, and has locations where it can just creep towards the enemies. Now, Russia did not collapse. Okay, let's say Trump makes peace with Putin or Zelenskyy, or whomever, at Trump's phone call. What's next? Do you think NATO will just say, guys, let's go home and start farming now? No, they're not going to do that. They will try again and again and again. Why not? This is a failure in this matter. We couldn't destroy them yet. It's not like we lost. We lost an attempt. There's going to be more. So NATO will not disintegrate. Probably it's going to be called something else, in which all these baboons like Romania and other NATO country states are going to be like, okay, let's be real now. You're not equal to us, as you know. You're going to be my alliance and you do whatever I want you to do. I don't have to play this game, but why not? Why not? NATO will remain. Probably some countries might, be a little bit like observers or something, if they will be allowed, the ones that are not under occupation. I'm talking about Hungary and Slovakia, for instance. But, it's not needed. They are protected by NATO to a certain extent. So, no, NATO will not disintegrate. Maybe these guys, as I said, will be told, I'm really in charge here, and let's stop the charade here. That's all. I mean, why would they? Let's say tomorrow it disintegrates. Each and every country over there will be weaker. Unless you think it's going to be Pax Americana. Pax Americana is gone. Why is it gone? United States of America did not destroy Russia. If it did not destroy Russia, BRICS is increasing. NATO has to increase. So it's not going to be any collapse. But they try to make it, if it's going to be peace, there's going to be a collapse. That means NATO is involved in Ukraine, isn't it? Something that the Russians have claimed for so long. And see this baboon here, what he has to say. New Voice of Ukraine. Zelenskyy. Why is Zelenskyy with double Y? This is according to New Voice of Ukraine. If you go in Ukrainska Pravda, it's with one Y. Zelenskyy. Anyway, I don't care. Is what he is. Warns Putin may attack Europe within 10 years if not stopped now. And my question is, why? What's your evidence? Let's look in the article and see what evidence this guy brings. All right. National Building following a potential second term. All right, Ukrainian Paparapa speaking with this guy who's accredited is another Zelenskyy Stein. By the way, I will make a video on this. The people who are allowed to interview Zelenskyy, why Tucker Carlson is not allowed? He's on the other side. So when you say Lex Friedman, that he has a big channel over there, being allowed to interview Zelenskyy, tells you on what side he is. Or what side. Clear as day and night. Do you think that I would be allowed to interview Zelenskyy? I guarantee you not. Why? I might ask questions. I'm not going to just play ping pong with Zelenskyy Stein. Anyway, we have here a Lex Friedman with Mr. Zelenskyy Stein. What did you expect? Bring Blinken too, and you're going to be 3. All right. So it says, I'm trying to find out where this is. He'll invest everything in the weapons production, build a large army, and after years of no war, he'll return. Why? Not just to fight Ukraine, but to destroy everything around. Why? You can't just say the same thing. If Putin sees a weakened NATO, he will destroy Europe. Why he wants that? Look at the armies in Europe. They're much smaller. China is much smaller. Or let's put not China, let's say Saudi Arabia. I'm trying to find out. That's it. That's it. So he's saying twice that he's going to do this because his army is bigger than others. Is this a justification? No, that's a lie. Why would the Russians do that? Because he tries to evade the first question. Why did Russia invade Ukraine? And the answer is provided by these guys. Unprovoked and unjustifiable. That means don't even dare. Like, don't talk about the Second World War. Blah, 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 blah. Don't even talk about it. Don't even discuss it. Why? Am I a free person? You become a denier here. Maybe I have some questions. Well, not about that one. You're not allowed. So same here. Give me the evidence. It's because of you, Zelenskyy Stein, and because of 2014, your masters. Yeah, because of that, of the Viktor Yanukovych. There's no evidence that these guys, and if you're gonna, the Russians want to do that, and if you go with, because the Russians invaded, then why don't you take the example of United States of America? United States of America wants the Middle East, all Middle East, and Africa. Why? We have Libya, an example, North Africa. So if we bombed Libya, that means we want the whole, we were not going to stop only to Libya. If we bombed, let's say, Serbia, Yugoslavia in 1999, we want the whole Europe? No. Okay, we bombed what? In the Middle East? That means we want the whole Middle East? And we're going to bomb more and more and more. We do it in Pakistan, from Pakistan, in Afghanistan, so we want Asia? I mean, according to this logic, because these guys invaded, unless you think that we're good and they're bad. And that's a no-no here in America. You can't put groups like that because that's called something, all right? Right. Not only xenophobia, it's called something else. So nevertheless, my friends, they never give you the reason why. It's just because he is evil. Like the guy in the 1930s and 40s. He's evil, man. He was just irrational. Just irrational. When you talk about these decisions, irrational, don't even try to discuss them. No, he was crazy, evil. He was, like some people said, he was, but evil, but logic, illogic, really. All right, my friends, here it is. NATO is not going to collapse. NATO will try again. And maybe there will be some little changes in NATO, like the United States will come and say, okay, now everybody sit down, motherfuckers. That's the way it's run here. I'm going to tell you now. Let me just get my mask off for everybody. Woo-hoo! Surprise, surprise. It's me. It has been me for all this time. All right. That's one. And the other one is going to be another attack on Russia. Russia will not be allowed. It's too strong. Do you think this guy's going to just allow Russia to sit at the table and distribute crumbs to the rest of us? I'm talking about, small countries. This is not going to happen. No. Why? Why would it happen? The problem is you take it. You don't have to be given. You take it. That's the way the dynamics on this planet works. You take power. Nobody gives it to you. You have to take the same in elections. Oh, the vote of the people. You take power. How? Fool the baboons with your media. Very easy. With a lot of money. From where? Donations from you and I, supposedly. You take power. The same here. With the help of military. If the military doesn't like anything, including the free world and so on, they would just make sure that they found something in your computer and you're going to be destroyed by your own media. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.